Hello ladies and gentlemen. Is there a champion you want to learn and want a serious guide for, but don't have time or simply don't want to listen to some loser talk about them for literally 2 hours? Then welcome to the League of Legends Speedrun, where we cover everything important about a champion in 5 minutes or less.
Today we're going to be talking about Trundle, the Troll King. So if you want to play Trundle, the first step is you go into the shop like this, and you purchase this skin. That way your enemies can feel at home, because they belong in the trash. It's kind of ironic that they made a policeman skin for Trundle, because this whole kit revolves around stealing things. So the reason Trundle exploded into being OP right now is because of the new mastery, Runic Armor. Runic Armor, with all 5 points, increases all healing on your champion by 8%. This, along with Trundle's kit and Riot buffing Trundle the past 5 times they've touched him, puts him in a pretty strong place right now. Anyways, let's break down his abilities. Trundle's passive is King's Tribute, and when a nearby enemy dies, it can be a minion, monster, or champion, Trundle heals for a scaling percentage of the target's max health. Who says that you shouldn't focus tanks? Trundle's Q is called Chomp. Chomp is an auto reset that deals bonus damage based on your AD, while also slowing the target for 0.1 seconds and giving you an AD steroid for 8 seconds after using it. It also steals away half the steroid amount from the enemy as well. If this isn't the perfect dueling spell, then the perfect dueling spell doesn't exist. Just reading the description alone it should sound OP, but it only has a cooldown of 4 seconds. That means, without any CDR, you can permanently decrease someone's AD while buffing your own. This slow cooldown is very important for us in the jungle because it means you can spread the debuff to all the monsters at a camp and reduce how much damage they deal to you. Trundle's W is Frozen Domain. It's a large AoE that buffs Trundle by giving him bonus attack speed, move speed, and even further increased healing. The spell is very good in teamfights because it gives you mobility, and also if an enemy dies nearby, you'll heal more as long as you are inside of it. The enemy doesn't have to be. This ability doesn't have a cast time, so you can use it while running out of base to give you a little more speed. Trundle's E is called Pillar of Ice, although it's only ice in one skin, but whatever. Upon cast, you create a cylinder terrain that functions pretty similar to Anivia's W. However, Anivia's is super easy compared to yours, because hers isn't a small cylinder, it's a freaking wall. If anything is standing over the pillar when you cast it, they will be knocked away from it. Also, it has a slow and a decent sized AoE around it for the duration, which is 6 seconds. It is terrain, so an enemy can't simply walk through it, they either have to dash or blink over it, or they're forced to walk around. Normally walking around isn't a huge problem, but if you place it against a wall then it greatly restricts their movement, and if you're a Trundle god, sometimes you can pin the target in between the pillar and the wall and they'll be stuck for 6 whole seconds. Finally, Trundle's ultimate is Subjugate. It's the other way you can steal from your enemies. Subjugate steals a percentage of the target's max HP, armor, and magic resistance instantly, and then the same effect is applied again over 4 seconds instead of instantly. Basically, this ability either makes you extremely tanky if you ult a tank, and that also will make the other tank killable, or it makes a squishy target extremely killable while not really doing much for you. While this doesn't sound good, it's very helpful while you're ganking squishy lanes, or if a squishy target just gets caught out and they need to die quickly. Now that you 100% know everything there is to possibly know about Trundle's kit, we'll move to runes and masteries. As for runes, if you're laning as Trundle you probably want 80 marks, 80 quints, armor yellows, and magic resist blues. If you want to mix some armor pin into this, that's good as well. If you're jungling as Trundle, then you can go with a full AD page, but it'll make your first clears kind of slow. I prefer to take attack speed quints over attack damage while jungling. Masteries, if you were paying attention, you'd know that you definitely want runic armor. You don't have to put 18 points in resolve to get it, however that's generally what I do. My preferred page is 12-0-18, taking Grasp of the Undying, but if you want to go 18-0-12 and pick up Fervor of Battle, that's good too. While the Cunning Tree is very good right now, Trundle is an extended fighter, not a burst champion. Cunning is kind of wasted on Trundle, to be honest. As for items, in lane just go Ravenous Hydra, Blade of the Ruined King, Spirit Visage, and then tank items. And in the jungle, you can actually go whatever items you want, as long as you get Spirit Visage. Any smite is fine. Red smite probably synergizes the most with Trundle's kit. Devourer is the enchantment I go. Once again, you're a damage over time champion. Warrior is also good because you are an AD champion. And Center Hulk is good if your team doesn't have a tank. You could even go Runeglaive because it is a spell blade and you have a low cooldown auto reset on your kit. However, I really would not recommend taking Runeglaive. After your jungle item, make sure you pick up Spirit Visage and then you can build whatever goes well with your smite. On-hit items like Rage Blade and Blade of the Ruined King for Devourer, some attack speed, and a Spell Blade for Warrior, and items that give you health for Center Hulk. If you actually built Runeglaive at this point, you should then build the item called Leave the Game and go sit in the corner.
And that pretty much covers it for Trundle. On a final note, your E knocks back everyone over it, including your teammates. A knockup will interrupt anything they are doing, so while they are walking back to lane and not looking at their screen, use it on them and they won't know why they've stopped moving. If you felt like this video didn't have enough information, or you just have additional questions, let me know in the comments below. Also, you might want to check out my longer Trundle guide, which I'll provide a link for in a few seconds. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!